It's hard to be certain of anything in like very rapidly changing dynamics within a country. Like there's policies that are true one day and then are false the next. And there's like essentially just trying to test the limits of what will be legally permissible as they're actively trying to break the law in 100 different directions, right? But one thing that I am very sure of, and everyone needs to be so acutely aware of, is the fact that what is currently happening to pro-Palestine students is being used as a litmus test to see what you will allow the state to get away with. And the way that's manifesting in stories today is the fact that the State Department says that they're going to be using artificial intelligence to surveil the social media platforms of visa holders to figure out whether or not they're being pro-Palestine on the internet. And that Columbia University, one of the most violently repressive campuses throughout the entire year and a half period these protests have been going on, has gotten $400 million in federal funding taken away because they're not being violently repressive enough. No one's going to be happy until a student drops dead on that campus, I swear. Now, the fact that the government is saying we have technology necessary to surveil your every comment, view of a post on social media should be horrifying to everyone, regardless of what your views on the circumstances are. And the idea that that's going to be leveraged against one population and not another, when they've already said they want to figure out whether immigrants in this country really align with American values, is ignorant at its best. And in the situation with this federal funding stuff, we all know that this includes both DEI and protest, just the general idea of protest altogether. What the Department of Education, as it currently stands, is trying to do is change the demographics of these elite institutions to begin with, because they want to break down avenues for social and economic mobility that people have used for ages, higher education. And they don't want people studying things like colonialism and the effects of social capitalism and things like that, because that makes for a more educated electorate, a less manipulatable electorate. And now with the knowledge that they're literally just trying to break apart social movements, POC communities, immigrant communities, like many other times in American history, there are things that we can do with that knowledge and information. One easy thing that people can do is to measurably reduce the time that you spend on social media, specifically ad-driven social media. Dog, you are the product. You are the thing that's being sold. It's your data. If you spend less time on it, they will lose money. Yes, they serve as entertainment and education. They also, their business model is an advertising platform. Students should also be demanding of their universities shared and democratic governing structures, because what they've been doing as of late is just making a bunch of unilateral decisions and saying, this is what makes the most sense for the university because I said so. Not because it's what's best for the student body, but because I said so. Lastly, for now, and I'll make a longer video about this later, you should move your money and your business outside of the big banks and into credit unions. The primary financiers of all of the worst things that you could possibly imagine, both within this government and the way that things are being run internationally, is the big banks within this country that make all of their money from your credit card fees and late fees and bank maintenance fees and all of those things. By realizing our own agency and the fact that we don't have to give these institutions that are collaborating with empire power, so much power is restored back to the people.